welcome back to Christmas Around the World. Today, I am visiting the Philippines with my very good friend, Johnrel. So, Johnrel, I only met recently and was so fascinated by his journey, his career, his skills, his everything. I asked him, I said, please, 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 will you do an interview with me for Christmas? Because you're so interesting. So, Jean-Rel, thank you so much for being here with me today. And I would
Thank you
love
so
if
much.
you could take a few minutes and introduce yourself and what you do.
Of course, thank you so much, first of all, Angie, and everybody. I'm Johnrel Trinidad, professional musician and licensed music teacher. Yes, I'm from Philippines, and I'm very glad to have met Angie. Now, what I do is, well, as I've told you, I'm a professional musician and licensed music teacher. Now, teaching for at least 10 years now, and for performances, I've been doing that for 15 years. I come from a professional musician family. So all of us are musicians all the way up to my grandfather. So we do this for a living. That's all we did. So I guess I should be at least good at it. So now I'm able to teach because of my disability. That's a whole big story right there. But I'm just gonna tell everybody that yes, I'm blind. So my left eye is 90% blind. My right eye is 100% blind, which is the reason why I went to teaching more because I couldn't perform as much as my family did. But I did enjoy teaching. So now I offer these services for kids and adults alike, where I teach them in a certain kind of syllabus. Okay, having a special need myself, I have learned skills that are very important to music, especially using your ears to figure out songs that you like. So that's what I always offer to my students, and that's why they love our lessons. Because I think, in my philosophy, being able to play your favorite songs like right off the bat, using your ears and using the theory that you have learned from the past is definitely a wonderful skill to have, and one that you would enjoy for a lifetime. So that's what I teach. It is a skill that can be taught, and yeah, that's what I specialize in. Is especially that I have a special need as well, being disabled and all. So yeah, that's basically most of what I do. I perform on the side as well. I do have other businesses, but I can say I'm an expert in music. So that's what I told Angie last time we met, and yeah, that's basically what I have here in my business.
Yeah, I find that so fascinating. Jean-Rel is born nearly completely blind and is a classical guitarist, teaches other people how to play. And here I am with no disabilities complaining I can't learn the guitar. So everybody and another thing that I think is so fun about him is when we talked, I said, "Who do you really want to reach out to?" And of course, he loves teaching children. But we also talked about what a wonderful skill to have to teach CEOs and executives that are stressed out and need something to take them away from their
Outlet,
everyday. Right, need an outlet.
definitely.
So if anybody feels like they need an outlet, this is something John would be interested in doing, and music can change so much for all of us. So please feel
Uh,
free to reach out to him. He does some wonderful work, and of course, he can do it anywhere in the world. Another success story for
yeah,
business without borders. So today, we're really here to talk a little bit about the holidays. And
mhm.
I would invite you to tell me how you celebrate in the Philippines. What are some of your favorite traditions?
Oh yes, definitely. I think in almost all parts of the world, Christmas is probably the most wonderful time of the year, as the song goes, right? So it is the
Yeah.
same here in the Philippines, and we all wait for it, and we're all looking forward to it. And basically, let's just right now we plan to celebrate our Christmas, with this family. It's the best time to go back to family and meet them, and tell them how things have been going, especially now that me and my wife have, grown up, and we have done so many things away from the borders of our family. And it's a good time to be back and just tell them all the stories and exchange stories throughout the year, what happened. So we have food, and we have really good food in Christmas. That's one thing that is like one of the best things I think of for Christmas. I think in all parts of the world. Would you agree, Angie?
Yes, I think so too. That's one of the things that oh, where we go here for some reason. But there's a picture of the food. I had some other pictures of some lights and things too. Yes, I always find that every time I do this, no matter which country, no matter which culture, it all comes down to food, family, and faith. Are usually the three things that we find with the holidays. I also noticed that although you had a lot of Western traditions, the Christmas tree, the Santa Claus, you have a lot of the same that we do. I saw that it's, at least in the research, and this is why I like to ask real people in the real culture, it looks like the emphasis is more spiritual in the Philippines. There was even something about 9 masses. The Christmas celebrations start on December 16th. Is that normal?
I guess so, yes. We call that Simbang Gabi, which actually translates to church at night. So that's a tradition that most people here do because we're mostly Catholic, here in the Philippines, and that has been a tradition that we go to church every, like, when they say night, but it's actually very very early in like the AM, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. It's kind of like that. So we all go there, especially us when we were young. Then we all go there. But if we complete that, if we complete those masses all the way up to Christmas, we get one wish. So that's kind of belief. So that's definitely true. Thank you so much for reminding me. Yeah.
Oh, yes. That's interesting. That is dedication right there. Now, I was born and raised Catholic, but I can tell you right now, if they made me go to Mass at 2 a.m., that would not have happened. My gosh, that is crazy. That is such an interesting tradition to me. That's so crazy. And there was one other thing I was going to ask you, and I really didn't understand this. I think it's called Paro, P-A-R-O-L. It's like a stick with a star.
Okay, parol.
What was that about?
Yes, yes, it is. Okay, so paroles are basic decorations. Mostly they put it like those are lanterns. Those are lanterns. Okay, it's something to light the streets. It's beautiful. A lot of cities would really commit to doing these paroles and make it so beautiful that it's a pride. It's a point of pride for cities. So you would go to the streets and you would look at the paroles. You would definitely see the dedication of the city. So we have stars. We have different things as well. As long as it lights, it's kind of like a substitute to the normal lamp. So it brings out that Christmas spirit. Yes, parol, lantern.
That is so fun. So really fun. This is what's also interesting. Even though a lot of Christmas has become almost commercialized, very Western, lots of those, but everyone still has unique traditions and things that we may have never heard of. So that was cool. And of course, everyone is always interested in how to say Merry Christmas. So of course, there are many languages in the Philippines. But your main language, and forgive me if I say it wrong, was Tagalog? Tagalog, is that right?
Okay, yeah, good enough. Good enough. Yes, it's Tagalog.
Tagalog. Okay, Tagalog.
Yeah.
And how do we say Merry Christmas in Tagalog?
Definitely, it's Maligayang Pasko. That's Happy Christmas. Maligayang Pasko.
Oh, I just think that's so fun to hear other people pronounce, and language is so beautiful. Johnrel and I were talking before we started how Americans, I'm American, guys, so it's me too, but we are super spoiled because everyone here speaks one language, and for the most part, and most of the world speaks our language too. So I think it's really fun to hear that.
That's right.
Yeah. So, already we did a lot. You told me so much in such a short time. Is there anything else about the food, the traditions? Oh, I know one more thing. I almost forgot.
All right.
Music.
Okay.
I thought it was so
Music.
interesting. I inadvertently chose you to do this thing. And then I read the Philippines, music is like one of the biggest parts of your Christmas celebrations. Is that true?
Oh yes, of course. Usually when you have the season, we start making some performances all around, public places. The cities would definitely arrange for things to, be kind of like a small concert in malls and even around the corners. So that has been a thing. And also, which is exactly what I was about to tell you. Okay, this is you can say music, but when we were young, I grew up in a low middle class, kind of community, and I love it. Okay, I grew up there, and what we do as kids when I was like 10 years old, all the way probably up to 12, is we would go around the streets at night at 10 p.m. Okay, this is gonna not gonna be something usual to a lot of people, but yes, kids like us would go out at 10 p.m. or even later and go caroling. That's what we would call it, caroling. We would sing to people most of the times, like really really terrible singing, with all our like those cans that you put milk in, those bigger
Yeah.
cans. Yeah,
Mhm.
we hit that. It's kind of like a drum, and then we would sing with all our terrible voices. And people would give us spare change, and it's kind of fun. It's not about money actually. It's more of the tradition. It's kind of have been a tradition to us kids. We go around and kind of, actually, I think the valuable thing there is to meet new people around the community, I guess, because you go around the streets and you meet people that you have never met before. So I think that was fascinating, and I would definitely want to go back to that tradition, but I would think it will be embarrassing today. So I guess that would be just a dream, but it was fun when I was younger.
Oh,
Caroling,
that
yeah.
is, yeah, that's awesome. When I was younger, we did it too. We
Uh,
would actually get on like a hay wagon and drive around to different streets and places, and then you get off and carol. So we did that too, but it's not as common. My sister still does it in her neighborhood, which is really cool. But that is a fun one. I love that. That is
oh,
really cool.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Johnrel, thank you so much for joining me
You too.
today. I really, really appreciate your
Thank you.
time and letting me know all about Christmas and the Philippines. And I hope that everyone else can join us tomorrow. We are going to Canada, which is also kind of funny because that's where Johnrel is hoping to move. So tomorrow we will be just interviewing Barbara
Yes,
Fisher.
that's right.
Yeah, we'll be introducing
Okay,
Barbara Fisher from
that's
Canada.
great. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Johnrel.
Uh-huh.
Happy
Thank
holidays.
you so much. Thank you so much.